Hi there, good afternoon. Welcome to incredible Kalymnos. This is Potia, the largest town on the island. Folks returning from a boat tour, it looks like. A lovely day as usual here on the Greek islands in June. So this is the ferry port where I arrived 2 days ago, coming from Kos Island, and before that Yalos. So the plan for today is to rent a vehicle of some sort and get out and explore more of the island. So I need to get on that in a couple of minutes here. Just wanted to give a little taste of the very lovely harbor scene here, the waterfront walkway, the restaurants, great selection of restaurants. And so I will mention one of the restaurants that I went to yesterday. The owner was very interesting. It was right up here. So Kalymnos is famous for sponges.
Of course.
Yes?
Yes.
Great. You're from here?
Of course.
Excellent. Beautiful island. Today I will see more, finally. Have a nice day. And so I walk over to this restaurant over here and take a seat. And so a question that I will often ask people, obvious one, is where are you from? Which might seem kind of silly, asking somebody, you know, in a local town, because very likely they are from that town or at least that country, but very often they are not. They're from somewhere else. So this guy had a very, very interesting story. All right, just caught a fish and more sponges over there. Nice catch. So it was right over here. So he was Lebanese. However, his background was much more interesting than that. His family is Armenian and lived in Armenia during World War II, the part of Armenia which was then taken over by Turkey. And so his family fled and went to Lebanon. There you can see the monastery up on the hill, a Greek flag. So he was fully Armenian, raised in Lebanon, has never been to Armenia or Turkey because he was born in Lebanon. He moved to Greece, lived in Athens for 25 years, met a Greek woman who was from Kalymnos and moved here as a result. So quite a unique story, and the really incredible thing is his mastery of languages. So he speaks Armenian, which is a totally unique language, Turkish, English, Greek, Arabic, and French. Unbelievable. Another big flag on the hill there, and a church. There's a hike that you can do up and over that hill, over to Vathi, which I may or may not end up doing during my visit here. I'm here for a few more days. But for now, then I need to walk back over to a rental car company that is over by my hotel and try to get a car or a motorbike or whatever in order to get out and see more of the island. So here we go. Looking forward to seeing more of incredible Kalymnos, or Kalymnos. Got a car, 35 euros per day. That is about like $37, $38. And look at that view of Potia. So the hike over to Vati, which is another town, other side of this mountain here, looks very intense. Getting up and over that. Looking out at Kos Island. And then out there, I guess that could be Nisseros. And I believe that would be Ceramos. Various islands that you can see from here. That could be the Turkish mainland, a peninsula over there, not certain. And so here we have a monastery dedicated to Saint Savas, who is the patron saint of Kalymnos here. Many Greek islands have a patron saint, the main saint who is revered on the island. And so Saint Savas was born in 1862 in Thrace, Greece, and spent the last 20 years of his life here on Kalymnos. Died in 1947. It is supposedly open until 2. Let's see if it is still open. Well, Google is wrong. It's open until 1. It is now 1:30. But no biggie. I was especially interested in seeing the view from up here. Let's get rockin' and rollin'. See more of this island. So this is the little village of Lecharia. I'm going to find something to eat. So out there is Potia, a church and maybe another monastery here. I'm on my way to a castle, and on the way, past another castle. Chrysocheria. A little one with an epic viewpoint. That is probably the other castle that I'm heading for. Man, these are just a very interesting landscapes. Classic Greece. So barren, kind of lonely in a way, but I like them. And look at that. What a view. Another steep hike to a castle in the hot sun. At least there's a cool sea waiting for me when I'm done. Let's do this. Castle of Hoarder. I come in peace. I guess it wasn't very convincing. Looks like a good one. It better be open. It is not looking very open. We shall see. No, it is looking very locked. Okay, possible good news. It is not looking very locked. Yes! I am in the castle. I am victorious. They fell for the horse. Can you believe it? The Trojan horse. So we have a church here. Church of St. George, 15th to 16th century. Looks like that plaque is probably more recent. Got the shirt on, hat off for the church. Just a tank top, but better than nothing. So perhaps that is St. George. Very likely. Church of St. George. And so, in one of my previous videos on Telos Island is out there, other side of Kos and Nisros, then I saw some images inside another church there that depicted a man slaying a dragon. And I wasn't sure who it was. I thought maybe the knights that had founded the town, but it was actually a much more ancient figure, a man, St. George. So I guess that is probably the same St. George the Dragon Slayer, who lived, I believe, in the 4th century AD. So that is Coast Island there. I came from there yesterday, so while I'm walking along, I thought that I would explain my travels going from Telos Island, my last video, to get to here. So I left day before yesterday. I already had a boat reserved that I bought on Nisros Island, planning to stay 3 days on Telos. The ferry just went back to Kos, and I wasn't certain where I was going to go from there, but I knew there were lots of ferry connections from Kos. So I just purchased that one ticket. It was a little more expensive than the other one. There was just 6 euros from Nisros to Telos. This one was 22 euros, or about $24, which still isn't bad because it was a farther distance, going twice as far back to Kos. And also, it was a fast boat, a very fast boat. The journey took 2 hours from Nisros to Telos, and then from Telos back to Nisros took just 40 minutes. So it was 3 times as fast. And so we stopped in Nisros and then continued to Kos. And from there, I was thinking about going to Ikaria, but it's further away. Another separate little room here. That's a little different. Maybe another entrance must be. So like 2, actually like 3 separate rooms. And separate doors. And so I arrived in Kos and was not certain where I was going to end up. I thought, maybe I'll stay a night in Kos again, but I would just check the ferries and see what was available. Now, people had recommended Kalymnos, and so it was on my radar, and it was also a lot closer, the next island over from Kos. So I asked about boats from Kos to Kalymnos, and there were none leaving that day from that port, the main town, coast town on Kos Island. However, there were several ferries leaving from another port, Monastery, which is straight across over there. And so I decided to go for that, but I had to get from Kos town to Monastery. It is a 30-minute drive. A taxi would have been pretty expensive, probably 50 euros or something. But there was a bus going for just like 3 euros 20 cents, I think. And it took an hour, but got there, and then there was a ferry leaving like 30-40 minutes later, straight across to Kalymnos here. So worked out perfectly. And then I reserved a hotel for 3 nights and then added another couple of nights. So I'll be here for a couple more days. A lot of churches in this castle. One there, it looks like maybe another one right there. Let's check them again, just because you never know when there might be some really nice murals inside, frescoes. Church of Saint Nicetas, 15th to 16th century. So that gives you a little taste of the castle. Okay, not too much in here. I'm sure the history of the castle goes back even longer. And so I'll be driving out that way. You can see the other side of the island right there, the sea. So, not very wide right here. There's plenty more to explore, as you can see, but I've done a lot of wandering around castles and various ruins. I think I'm going to keep going and find some other things to see on the island. I barely made any progress so far. There is a loop to do going around like that. So let's go check out some of the other beaches and villages, and we'll see what else. This is Kalymnos Beach. Pretty nice one. Doesn't have the same clear waters as other places. I think I'm just going to keep on cruising. There's another beach that apparently has really unique landscapes. Also, the water is not looking spectacular here, so. So this is Platus Yalos Beach. Looks like a good one. Nice looking water. A little crowded. But there is a little private beach over here, and I guess that this is the unusual landscapes that were mentioned in the description. These rocks and whatnot. Rocks and rocks. And so right there, nobody. The water's looking nice. It is after 5 p.m. Still plenty hot. Definitely not making great progress today, but no big hurry. I have the car again tomorrow. Nice clear water there. Looking a lot better than the Kalymnos. Going in the hiking shorts because they need to be washed off anyway. Oh man, this is looking really nice. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Greece at its best. Warm, not crazy hot. Nice, clear day. Amazing clear water. Not too many people. Not the most beautiful of landscapes here, but still pretty nice. So you can see there's some old columns and blocks and walls out there. I was just driving back to my hotel in the main town there, and I saw something pretty spectacular, which is, I guess, connected to that there. It looks like it's probably closed. Look at that. Pretty amazing ruins. Nice one. That dome looks very, very old. It looks like possibly the church on the right could be more recent. Still not recent by any means, but the building on the left looks older to me than the building on the right. I mean, this looks like classical Greek. Look at the weird images on those blocks there. It looks like a peacock. And the carved column bases and a mosaic on the left I can see there. Probably there's an entrance right over there, but I'm sure it's closed now. So that is going to do it for the day of exploring today. More coming from Kalymnos tomorrow.